And we're back with Rogue Trader. It's been a couple of days. Yeah, so I think we're just gonna get into it. This is after the shocking betrayal of the Furnace Master. We're now we have to go and deal with what's it called? This is the last this is where the Theodora picked up the original gene stealers or whatever. Gene huggers? Just gonna try something. Is this any different? Okay, that's slight. We'll see. It's hard to tell, so I just leave it for that now. Okay. The hulk of a merchant ship drifts through the void like a gutted corpse. The hull is riddled with gorges from macro fire. The soot-covered letters on the side spell out a somber name, Finger of Sorrow. Use the augurs to examine the ship. The ship is devoid of vital signs. Life support systems have long since failed. Cool darkness and silence fill the wreck of the Finger of Sorrow. A squad of enforcers and tech priests put on their void suits and dock with the ship. The vessel is empty except for the frozen and desiccated corpses of the crew. Some retain human features, but others are easily recognizable as genetic aberrations. They have been dead for centuries. The Finger of Sorrow was a common merchant vessel. The log records its travels along the many trade routes of the Calyx sector. The last entry states that the ship departed from Port Wanda on the border between the Cronus Expanse and the Calixis sector. The tech priest notes that the protocols for undocking from the station were not followed, indicating either a hasty escape or blatant disregard for the covenants of the Omnicia. Search the hold. The hold is empty apart from a few open containers. However, careful examination points to 3 open service hatches that bear claw marks. Venturing deeper into the service tunnels, the enforcers find 3 empty nests with chunks of purple chitin and dried traces of dark slime that has eaten through the metal panels. There can be no doubt that gene stealers once lurked here. Many of the cabins have become tombs for the bodies of the crew. They asphyxiated when the ship's life support systems failed. One of the enforcers noticed a cache marked for the symbols of the fanged serpent with a sharp tail and 3 clawed limbs. The cache contains an amulet and miraculously preserved diary. Relay the contents. The diary was kept by one of the missionaries of the Gene Stealer cult. According to the entries, the cult secretly spread through much of the Calixis sector, although the author does not mention any specific infected worlds. He recalls the reverence, the promised lands, the cradle of faith, salty as the tears of righteous martyrs. The author's branch of the cult has settled on Port Wanda Station, the last threshold between the Calyx sector and Cronus Expanse. The cult grew and gained followers among the workers and the poor, even managed to infiltrate trade guilds. However, their plans fell apart when the Gene Stealer's kiss was granted to an unworthy candidate. This oversight led to the discovery of the cult and the bloody purge. The author of the diary recalls with horror and sorrow how many of the pureblood children of the Star Saver perished in the massacre. The story ends by chronicling the escape of a small group of heretics who managed to save 3 purebreds and steal a merchant ship under heavy fire from the station. They narrowly navigated the war, but the ship's damage was too severe. The 3 flanges of the Finger of Sorrow, the pureblood star children, fell into long sleep and became dormant. Meanwhile, the cultists humbly watched the ship's life support systems fade away, one after another. In the last lines, the author welcomes death in the name of the many-armed emperor with solemnity and elation. Destroy the ship. The enforcers plant melter charges at key points on the vessel, and the explosion rips the Finger of Sorrow to pieces that are obliterated by strikes from macro cannons. Good riddance. Oh god, that's like the worst quest line in the game. Only because it's like horrible. Like we got tricked. chemicals, Promethean, people. Phlogiston, xenotech, mechanisms, weapons, plasteel. Okay, next is... What's next? J. The incident? No. Oh, let's go figure out what the hell's going on my ship. Why can't everyone be nice to one another? It's like having children. Okay, before that, let's... Like, we haven't done any of their quests. I sure haven't had an agenda.
Lord Captain.
Are you ready
Your
to... Oh,
present,
here we go.
If such is the rogue trader's wish, although there isn't much I can tell, I am the Emperor's daughter and his servant. What else is there to know? Now that I can tell you. I come from everywhere and nowhere. I am the child of officers of the Imperial Guard. I was born in the hold of a warship, grew up following my parents' deployments from one planet to another, and lost my family in the flames of a righteous war. My memory is like wafts of smoke over a still battlefield. The grey of a ship's plating. The strict cadence of life in military camps. My mother's uniform. I loved looking at it. Then, that battle. The rumbling, the shouting, and the soot. The screams of soldiers burning alive. And the gold of the regiment's Aquila. Untouched by soot or blood. The last unsullied piece of a world that was going mad.
Oh, interesting.
That was my last memory of my mother, and of my former life. Before the Schola Progenium and the novitiate. Before my trials. Before the vows. My own relic. It's the regiment's Aquila. Or rather, the fragment that survived the attack, the explosions, and the fire. For me, it's a reminder that purity and radiance can be preserved, even in the heart of darkness. Become. Such a strange
You are
word
just
for it.
done.
It seems right, but is that how one talks about their destiny? If you're asking about the path itself, that's easy enough to answer. First, like many other orphans, I endured the Schola Progenium. Those years were rough, but I remember the hardship fondly. Few things can compare with the feeling of satisfaction from a past trial, even if it leaves your body aching from exhaustion, or your soul wincing in pain. I was one of the best among my peers, and I was selected for the novitiate in the ranks of the Adeptus Sororitas. When the hour came, I passed the trials and took my vows. The most joyous day of my life. The Emperor's light has always been with me, but to accept it with all your heart, to utter the oaths, that is a rapture like no other.
Rapture? Have you ever wished for a different lot in life?
Have I ever? But that would be shameful weakness, almost heresy. Of course not. I was born for this. I live by the Emperor's will, and in his light, I myself am the light. I must be the light. For myself, and for those who ask for my protection.
Oops.
I was chosen to serve. But beyond that, I won't deny it. Few things elate me as much as the thought that the heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan a child.
What? Oh, a heretic felled by my shot will never again orphan. Okay.
It is my pleasure.
Ah, here we
to be-
go.
Of course, my mission is all I can think about.
Your
To
mission.
find the way to the planet called Salis Prime. Saint Argenta is my patroness, and that is where her fallen ship is. And it must also be the resting place of her great relic, the One Star.
The one what? Oh. Tell me about this Saint Argenta whose relic you're searching for.
Gladly. Listen. Long ago, there was a blessed world. Thousands of stars covered the sky there, so bright that its denizens hardly knew the darkness of night. Thousands of rivers nurtured the soil. Thousands of gardens bloomed every spring, and at every moment, thousands of prayers were flying into the clear air, thanking and praising the Emperor.
Cool.
But one day, the people learned the meaning of darkness. Like a storm, accursed heretics who had sold themselves to the archenemy descended upon the planet. Shells flew from the sky that desolated whole cities and burned the gardens and filled the riverbeds with the blood of the faithful. Smoke and soot swallowed the skies and the 1,000 stars that had once shone over the world. Among the handful of survivors was one orphan who had watched all her family die, and the garden she'd grown up in burned to ash. But in her heart, she knew the absolute truth. Just these 3 words. The Emperor protects. And knowing that, she never looked away from the black, terrifying, smoke-covered sky. There were no more bright stars to be seen, except for one.
Among the handful of survivors. Okay.
The one star. The bright star. The silver star shone in the sky. And when the orphan smiled at it, the one star fell right into her hands. All the faithful in every corner of the continent who saw the trail of the falling star recognized it as an omen and went looking for the place where it landed. And they rallied together, and with the light of the one star, they found their salvation. Yes, that was the beginning of her hagiography. It is known that she lived on a world where heretics staged a terrible insurrection. They wiped out all life on the planet, except those whom Saint Argenta managed to save with the one star, and with the strength of her faith.
Okay.
After that, she traveled between worlds gripped by turmoil on her ship, marked with a silver star, and brought hope to the faithful. Numerous accounts confirm this. Her coming helped people turn the tide of the war and wipe away corruption before the Imperium's main forces even arrived. Millions of people owed their lives to her. But the heretics, having realized their imminent defeat, sent the remnants of their forces after the ship with the Silver Star. It fell from the skies onto an obscure world. There are no definitive records of how old Argenta was at the time. In some chronicles, she's even called the Child Saint, but their credibility is questionable. Either way, she didn't live long, but she left a bright trail in her wake, like a falling star.
So who is the one star?
If I only
Is it
knew.
you?
Neither the hagiography nor the legends give a straight answer. Classical iconographers believed that the star turned into a banner woven from silver thread, which, when brought onto the battlefield, would shed light that blinded only heretics, but did no harm to the faithful. Most of them portrayed Saint Argenta as a girl carrying this banner.
Classic, I believe that the star turned. Okay.
Others think that upon falling from the sky, the one star became a holy chainsword, which Argenta later used to strike down monsters and enemies of the Imperium. In some of the earlier engravings, Argenta is depicted wearing power armor with a silver star on her chest. One theological theory suggests that this armor was, in fact, the relic. Some even think that the one star is actually the ship on which Argenta traveled. I feel that my undertaking will be fulfilled when I find the answer that has eluded the Ecclesiarchy for millennia. I pray we find the way to Salus Prime soon. The ruinous powers must be aligned against us. They stand in the way of faith.
Nope, no more questions.
One day we will reach Salus Prime and stand before the gates of Saint Argenta's ship. I know it. I believe.
Excuse me. I wish to leave. No. Well, that means you'll do more stuff, or where's Cassie? There you are.
Words cannot describe how boring the bridge is without our stimulating conversations. You are engulfed in clouds the color of dark umber. They carry an old pain and doubt. I beg forgiveness for my inappropriate behavior. When I see such oppressive colors, I immediately want to paint them a different hue, to disperse them. I already mentioned I cannot control it, except this time, I thought I would be able to, for whatever reason.
To the first time, I already mentioned I cannot control it, because at this time I thought I would be able to for whatever reason. She shyly smooths her already perfect hair.
I have enjoyed your company. Thank you for the conversation.
Oh, wait a second. The servitor's mindless oculars remind you of the dark glasses Vladimir concealed his motions behind. So he's not got an update, has he? What about if I turn this on? Nope. Okay. Let's continue on. Oh no, oh god damn it. I'm an idiot. Okay. Bridge Master at Arms Sourback. There we go. Oh, is that? Oh, this is why she's here. Yeah. I want to know what drove her to murder. Lord Captain, a murder has been committed on this ship. The victim is one Letus Forius Turium Majorus. The perpetrator was apprehended at the scene of the crime, admitted her guilt, and did not resist arrest. Cabellia appears cold and apathetic. Her unblinking eyes stare vacantly, her expression odd. The Forius clan invoked a ship's tradition and summoned a requesticator to testify on behalf of the deceased. The masked man bows stiffly, decorously. How do you feel, Cabellia? I'm fine. This is just hollow ceremony, pointless. When there is no one to speak for a deceased person in court, their representative is entitled to seek assistance from a member of the Requisicators Guild. Their duty is to know and remember each and every person on this ship, so that they can defend the interests of the deceased. Okay, let's see how well he knows the deceased. He was fascinated by diseases, injuries, pathogens, complications. The part he disliked was the patients. That would not let him concentrate on what was killing him. Why is the Requisicator speaking? For the late Florist, does a man not have family? The clan to which the deceased belonged are wary of bringing accusations. Okay. The eyewitness account didn't give us much. The deceased and murderer had a brief conversation, following which Mistress Cabellia beheaded. What? Is it true that you killed him, Cabellia? Yes. Why did you do it? Been a holy message of service. Your influence has made you to the tents with greater venoms. Oh, the heartless man enjoyed what he did. His work should have been a holy mission of service. The pain of thousands should have been a solemn sacrifice, yet he derived pleasure from it. It was repulsive. The Undying One never whispered his name. I myself decided to sever his thread. Our colours have changed. The scarlet and the gold are drowning in the rage of muddled crimson, the misty blues of sorrow, and the impenetrable greens of doubt. These shades are all in conflict, melding together in a frenetic catastrophe. He walked a narrow dark path across a yawning abyss. The heartless man enjoyed what he did. His work should have been a whole... wait. Let's just hear from the... The masked man's voice is unpleasantly creaky. The esteemed Letard served his voidship and his dynasty for many years. He treated the sick and gained new knowledge as his trade commanded. He saved many, but he himself was not saved. He caused Mistress Cabellia no grievance. He never offended her. He merely answered her questions regarding his work, whereupon he was attacked. And so he has the right to demand a reckoning. The death of his murderer would be law and proportion retribution. The heartless man did more than heal people. He maimed them too, tortured them, killed them slowly, and observed. He treated the sick and he gained knowledge. The masked head jerks up haughtily. The books of those who walk the path of wisdom have bloodied footprints. It is true that existed long before the esteemed Letard did. Whom specifically did Forius torture? Unimportant people, common people, doomed people. The Requiescator shakes drops of imaginary blood from his hands with disgust. This was the esteemed Letard's way of thinking. Does the doomed leper care whether the disease or the knife is causing them pain? Is the formula for a medicine that would cure distinguished officers not worth the lives of a few dozen commoners turned test subjects? With the knowledge he gained, he invented a multitude of balms, antidotes, and treatment methods that went on to save thousands of lives. When you were brought in and placed on the table, burned by the fire you had passed through, he saved you. The methods he used to keep your body alive had been tested on inhabitants of Loading Bay 8, as had the scar-removing techniques. Were their lives worth yours? The esteemed Letard thought they were. His methods were revolting. Why did you do it? I've learned enough. Thorius deserved to die. That is the Lord Captain's will. I cannot be put on trial. None have the right to judge a spinner of death. Who's this? Abelard? Only he can judge. For the Vizier's eyes are sewn shut, one can still read the grief that permeates his wrinkled features. He whispers in a sorrowful voice, "You have strayed from the thread. You have doomed the tenants of the blood-spun web to oblivion. What a sorry end for me, not for you, for I am compelled to usher my apprentice's soul to the other side before it is my time to come." What? Why have you come here, Vizier? To take the one who no longer sees the tenants. To give her to him, she is dangerous. To pacify her forever, such is my duty, and so it must be. Did he whisper my name to you? I do not believe you, Mentor. I am loyal to him. You must have been confused and misread his signs. What is happening to her? She is not herself. The second spinner is in the throes of spiritual ailment that we call doubt. This most terrible ailment, though harmless to lay folk, is deadly to us. For a doubtful spinner will stray from the destined thread and into bloodthirsty madness. Doubt brings them to the undying one before their time. Our service is demanding. It requires clarity and a sense of purpose that she no longer possesses. Long have I sensed the seeds of anxiety in her, as I hoped her reason would prove stronger and prevail. Alas, now I see the mark of despondence on her. Alas, I know that I am not mistaken. There must be a way to help her. How would one heal the soul of another, Domin? She is fighting a losing battle inside her mind. How would one heal the soul of another, Domin? You could. A thread binds the Domin and a shadow together. I must attempt to save her at the very least. The Vizier turns his face towards Cabelia, who seems withdrawn, her spark snuffed out. He whispers, "Then seek a steward of souls, an artisan who will put you both in a psycher's trance, allowing your minds to become one. You have a chapel free of astropaths, Domin. One of them will surely do what you service. See that their guidance is strong, for inside her soul you will encounter monsters. A doubt-ridden mind is a dangerous place." Okay, excuse me. So I've got to go to the Astropathetic choir. I call them pathetic because they are pathetic. You got to say pathetic like that. I just need to check something because it's saying my microphone is it seems to be hitting the red a lot more than it should be. Oh, where am I going? Here, yeah. Volume 53. That's right. Okay, and never mind. Maybe I'm lowering the compressor, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, I don't want to go there. I want to go here, don't I? Lord Captain's Quarter, Void Ship Shrine, Astropathic Chapel. Do I have to take her blood? No. Why would he? Strange. Okay, here we go. Oh, the beautiful music.
I always have a backup plan.
Why is the layout like this? Unedited. Why do they... I mean, it works. Zachary, Astropath. Protect us from the machine spirit's unrest, not for without his gift, our sacrifices are fruitless. You can barely hear the voice of the young Astropath standing very still. The Engineer, what is going on here? The sacred computer is ailing, your ladyship. A gloom has come over the machine spirits, and they are disrupting the mechanic. Okay, the esteemed Engineer is a state of tech prayer trance. Unit Sigma AR-87 is currently in a tech trance of shared comprehension with the spirit of the architect device, catalogued under the name of the Dream Spindle. Disturbing the unit is not recommended. Pascal falls silent for a few seconds. However, preliminary diagnostics have revealed several algorithmic faults that are in conflict with the sacred mechanism's processes. A practical intervention in certain cycles will likely aid the release of the accumulated burn. Why such a trifle of an error? The young man exclaims in astonishment. Imagine a single extra character creeping its way into the coordinates of a warp jump and sending the flagship to the center of a star. Imagine the word disloyal becoming is loyal, resulting... Okay, how did you let this happen? Forgive me, my late... Okay, let's see what... Is there any way I can help? Oh god, more bloody quests. Wax-stained interpreter.
My success is an irrefutable certainty. Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with
I always keep
multifunctionality.
my options open.
Where's this grumbling? So final interest, compiler sends it out to the choir master.
The machine god grants me insight.
The machine god grants me insight.
Operation successful.
Operation successful.
Is there money to be made?
Malfunctioning congregator?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Bam, bam, bam.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
This explorator. Talk to the Astropath.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Who are we looking for? Astropath. Your ladyship, the Astropath smiles at you, the shy, awkward smile of someone unused to smiling. The sacred mechanism is working again with no disruptions. With a trembling hand, the Psyker hands you a strip of paper with smooth rows of etched characters, this time containing no errors. The Engineer rises proudly to his feet and says in low Gothic, a language he clearly has not had much practice in, with sacred words and virtuous thoughts having turned towards the machine god, I've been able to pacify this mechanism's wayward spirits. The Omniseer blesses. How lucky it was the venerable tech priest is so pious and wise. This statement is true. I recommend installing 2 incense burner units in this compartment to prevent the spirit's continued anger. 142 in total for improvements to this compartment's maintenance. Failure to implement will result in sanctions on the part of the Adeptus Mechanicus priesthood. Receive the decoded reports. Oh. The choir master, yeah. As you approach, the choir master's blindfold lights up with a bluish glow. Your ladyship seldom comes here without a reason. How can I be of service to you today? How the ghost, Vez? Choir master looks away embarrassed. The mistakes of the past no longer. The mistakes of the past no longer haunt me. Why is it still? It seems... What the hell? I'm just testing so. Oh, it's... Oh, that's so weird. Can you put me in a trance with Cabellia? I need to get inside her mind. A synchronized trance is a complex telepathic practice. I'm prepared to put the risk. Put us in a trance. I will stay in the chapel, Pandora, to hold a vigil in prayer. May the Emperor help you return to his lost soul on the righteous path. May the God Emperor aid you, Lord Captain. A shackled mind cannot comprehend the wisdom contained herein. Therefore repeat, he is deaf. Release your breath with each word. Cleanse your thoughts. He is deaf. Truth lies in death. Truth lies in death. Free your soul from the body's cage. Become nothing. He is deaf. Now if your heartbeat is a perfect line and your vision is shrouded in dusk, you have almost reached a state of purity and balance. Heed. No human will see death before their time. That is the delusion of the living. Heed. To which we say, a strong spirit can travel there and make the journey back. Heed the tale of the great Domin Pandora who descended into the kingdom of the dead to retrieve her shadow. Birth and death are one. We are snatched from a place of warmth and sent blood-covered into an unfamiliar world. Dying is the same. The Domin too learned this as she opened her eyes and found herself on the lower deck, lying in a cold coffin. She beheld her ship drifting through nothingness, an adamant giant's corpse, a skeleton moaning from the winds of entropy. A tempest of rust was gnawing at its plasteel bones and twisting its veins like cables, while machine oil oozed down its bulkheads like lymph. Had the Domin been alone, she would have lost her way inside the ship's mangled bowels. But a guide reached out a hand to her. The spirit of old Ven Zachary had loyally followed the Domin to the other side. Struck the first blow, aiming for a weak spot. Let's do banish the monster with a fervent prayer to the Emperor. The beast prostrated itself and began to tear its own body apart, for words of true faith pacify even the worst of any evils within a sense of shame and self-loathing. And a card of his tarot appeared in the Domin's hand. It was God Emperor, and the first doubt was dispelled. He is deaf. Then Zachary led the Domin out of the hot furnace of the crematorium, and they walked past long columns of the dead. Frayed was their attire, their bones scraped against their augments and scratching the decrepit flesh. They were moaning sorrowfully, and the sound made memory fade away. The Domin saw that the dead were carrying an ark, and inside the ark was a thing, a lost child cocooned in silk. Shedding crimson tears for the unknown, the unliving carried her as servants would carry their lady, and loudly lamented their fate. Such is a blade carried in broodings over a lost past, a helpless child paralysed by regret. Lest she sink into the soft rot of their wails and perish, the Domin spoke gently to the lost child. And the lost child's tears were dried, and with a meek sigh she returned to nothingness. But mercy too can be the blade that brings peace. And a card of his tarot appeared in the Domin's hand. It was the star, and the second doubt was dispelled. He is deaf. And the old Veni led the Domin to the upper decks, and the Domin entered into the officers' chambers, A web of veins adorned the walls, entangled the precious trophies, and statues were bound in intertwining sinews. And high upon the balcony, the dismembered judge wailed as he attempted to reassemble himself with his pale hands. But his movements merely tightened the tangle of flesh, turning the chamber into a snare. Such is a blade tangled and trapped in misunderstood teachings, a hapless creature that does not know its place in the world. In order to continue her journey, the Domin studied the signs that would show her logic. Demolition. Attack the obstacle of flesh and tearing it apart. And the judge was unbound, no longer preventing the card of his tarot. It was the rogue trader, and the third doubt was dispelled. He is deaf. The flagship's bridge had draped in skulls and webs, and the pale souls of the dead flocked to the foot of the throne upon which sat the undying emperor, the protector of mankind. May his praise be innumerable. Starlight shone coldly in the eyes of his skull, and the galaxy rested in his mighty hand. The Domin approached his throne and went down on one knee, offering a prayer to him. The Undying One heeded the words spoken to him and lowered his brow of bone, acknowledging that he had heard the prayer as he had heard the Domin's other prayers before. Then the Undying One spoke, and these words are to be preserved in your heart as the greatest of prayers, for they sprang from a source that was and is the holiest of all things. I know you, Domin, I know your heart, and the fervent faith that dwells within. I know your readiness to serve me, and I accept it. Your spirit has been weighed and found worthy. The Undying Emperor, may his praises be innumerable, said no more, and it was the Domin's turn to speak. And speak the Domin did, saying that she had come to find her shadow and rescue her. The skeletal fingers stirred, and the Domin's shadow loomed out of the darkness behind his throne. She was bound in black chains and asleep. The Undying One was silent. Now was the time to offer a payment, as death would give nothing away without payment in return. And the Domin promised the Undying One the life of any calling themselves an enemy of the Undying One. Those were true words, for he valued his chosen servants who accomplished incredible feats and brought him great trophies. The Domin was one of them by nature, and this was known by all. Then the Undying Emperor leant over the Domin and drove a skeleton finger right into her heart, and he pulled the scarlet thread of her soul. And the thread trembled, stretched to its limit. It was then that a revelation came to the Domin. A life must be paid for a life, and a name was revealed to her. Naki Erebus. That was the life of the Undying One demanded as payment, and the Domin agreed to his price. An oath of blood was sworn, and the chains fell from the Domin's shadow. Yet she remained silent and motionless, for she saw no sense in leaving the halls of death, to which the Domin told her that she had been waiting for and had missed her, and had come to claim her and keep her. I have missed her and come to claim and keep her. And the eyes of the Domin's shadow opened, and she replied that she too had been waiting and had missed her, and that the Domin should claim her and keep her. He is deaf. The Domin and her shadow left the bridge of the Undying Emperor, may his praises be incomparable, and their path was strewn with his tarot paths. Among them the Domin saw the card of the executioner, who carried out sentences and brings a violent end to that which he did not begin. Among them the Domin saw the card of the lost child, who was torn from her roots and her support, but carries within her the still hidden seeds of a promise to recover them someday. Among them the Domin saw the card of the judge, who weighs and separates guilt from innocence and passes his verdict. And they descended into the lower bays, lay down in the stone coffin, and closed their eyes. And the Domin heard the Undying Emperor's voice promising that they would meet again, and soon, and thereupon their journey ended. And so it was. As the shock of another mind's jumbled thought stops constructing your throat, you find yourself staring at Cabelia's pale face. It has settled into a strange expression. Domin Pandora? I spoke to the Emperor, I was not the Emperor, Lord Captain. It was merely Mistress's vizier. Look at the choir master. It is over, Lord Captain. Are you well? I remember stumbling. Tasked with finding information. The Nak Erebus is the payment the Undying One demands. The price of death. Let's go find.
Let us not dawdle.
We're ready for your orders. Okay. The Hyphractum. The Hyphractum. I must locate someone named Naki Ebers. The clan name is familiar. If I may ask your ladyship to give me a little time. Time passes 15 minutes. I found them. Unfortunately, the clan was all but wiped out too. And what about Naki Ebers? The name... It is not common here. I must go to Dargonus. I'll send the dynasty's representatives on the capital world in instruction. Okay. Let us get some goods. Let's see if we can... Nope. Okay, Dargonus it is. Unless there's anything else. The incident, the siege. Compiler out of order. Once choir master we entered chapter 1. Jeez. Previously... How did I... Forgive me, I have no information. Maybe just as you move in. Dargonus, so that's Omnicron. Have I been here? Yeah. Where is Omnicron? Pulvis Platinum, or is it? Oh God. Pandora, how wonderful it is I found you here. Uncontrollable anxiety washes over your body, causing you to lose your breath. Cassia notices this, closes her eyes, and you are released from the grip of emotions that are not your own. Please forgive me, my powers are sometimes too insistent in their attempts to break free from my control. You have made great strides in learning how to keep them at bay. I commend your perseverance. I came to deliver good tidings. I've spoken to the House Navigators through the Atlas. Of late I can feel with increasing clarity how our connection is growing stronger. Despite the dissonance in our midst, House Ocelio has been able to keep a precarious equilibrium, thanks in part to your unexpected arrival on Uruk 5 and the resolution of the conflict at the Dargonus reception. Not all Ocelios concur with your decisions, but none can deny the impact that you and no one else have had on the house's present state of affairs. Cassia nods gratefully, lowers her gaze and claps her hands together. There's more I wish to tell you. It is about the visions that I've come to experience at an increasing rate during warp jumps. The same visions come to me again and again and again. It is as if I am going mad. But you see, these visions are about me, the Atlas and Tisiphone Ocelio, the house's previous Noviator. I've seen Tiffany's experiments, the ones that involved the navigators from the Sethala branch, and she was rumoured to have destroyed for disobedience. But the visions told me an altogether different story, one where the Stephalases helped Tiffany create the Atlas, and they vanished immediately after the experiments were done with. Perhaps I can... No, I know I can find the way to the Palace of the Atlas if I recreate Tiffany's journey from my visions. A real palace, not psychophysical illusions to which your cellular navigators can reach out. I've always had a feeling that if I truly exist in our world, now, however, I know it with certainty. The Grand Council. What makes you so sure you'll find the way? If Tiffany and an epiphany or a dream, I shall help you, Lady Cassia. The house is still watching me, both the renegades and the loyalists. I doubt that any of them will agree even to a brief armistice for the sake of learning the truth about the Atlas's origins, and I do not wish to see House Cecilio lose even one more life to another fraternal skirmish. No, I shall go after the answers about our past on my own. Then it is best that we go alone. Thank you for your understanding, road trader, and now permit me to take my leave. The price of power. It's the Palace of the Atlas. Maeve. Loot. Your ladyship. Okay, let's go. Mundus Valencius. Okay. Let's just check if there's anything we can build. Nope. Oh, damn it. Let's go to the palace. Loot. Loot. Why is that loot? Has it just always been here? Meet Erebus. Find out more about who have been summoned to the Rogue Trader's Palace. I'm ready to receive the Erebus family. Oh, uh-oh. Officers Randor and Zioni Erebus both make the sign of the Aquilia, reverent expressions on their battle-scarred faces. Besides them are their children. Raised to love the God Emperor, they are mild-mannered but fascinated by their new surroundings. Judging by their uniforms, the two eldest children are already members of the Dargonis Planetary Guard. Your Ladyship, it is a great honour for House Erebus to be invited to your palace. There is a glimmer of distinct anxiety in Randor Erebus's eyes. Zioni touches her husband's palm ever so slightly, gives him a reassuring nod, then addresses you. As a token of our greatest reverence to your Von Valencius dynasty, allow me to present you with a modest family relic of the Erebus clan. May it serve you faithfully. How is the house? We are delighted by the favour shown to us, your ladyship. Life in the capital is much calmer and slower compared to the ship. The crowd, the Domin's attention, and this being their first visit to the palace. They are nervous. You must give these people time. Let them get accustomed to their surroundings. How are you finding the reception? Enjoy the evening, of course. Talk to the members of the family.
Keep your wits about you.
Your ladyship, allow us to thank you again. I realise that the attention was brought on by something. Tell me about the Indoors family. Started with the Shadow, our oldest son Matthias, and do you remember Theodora well? Or it lie? I'm looking for Naki Eberus. Our clan has had a tradition. We name our children in honour of our past heroes. Matthias and Naki Eberus, the twin founders of our family, a great warrior and a keeper of knowledge. The legend has it that a great fortune awaited the bearers of those names. Is there currently anyone named Nakis? No, no one has been that for many years. Your son bears the name Mattis. What can I say? I've always wanted to raise a great person. Then why did you name your daughter Lorna and not Naki? Did you not want her to become great? I didn't. They did name a daughter Naki. Kibelia's words hang heavy in the air. We did, but the Emperor took her from her. You are followers of the Bloodspine Web? No, your ladyship. Randor and I, we have been always stalwart in our fate, and have revered the Spinner's services, but their sacred path was too dark and frightening. We know my son's deeds. I've heard and seen all I needed to. Interesting. Your ladyship, Senior Lieutenant Mattis Aberis at your service. The tall, dark-haired young man enunciates sharply as he salutes you with great fervour. Breathless from his own audacity, he blurts out, I hope I don't sound too bold if I say I've always dreamt of serving on your flagship. Would it be too much of a modest servant of the dynasty to hope that the Lord Captain might graciously make him part of her crew? Cabelia soundlessly appears at your side. Her face is reflected in the gaze meet. If Cabelia has had enough to eat growing up, if she had put about, you might have said the two bore quite the resemblance of each other. Wait a second. You're kidding. She's his sister. She's the person we're looking to kill. Oh, fucking hell. You were born in a world and absorbed the hive sense. Do you believe you'll fit on the flagship? So your reason of uncouraging your love of the stars? Oh, because I had the same dream, a dark-haired young woman. Very well, I'll accept you into my service. Let us go. I've heard and seen enough. Yeah.
I always have a backup plan.
Aristocrat. Lorna, where's... You're pressing down too hard on your quill, Lumi. Look how thick your lines are, and the ink hasn't dried. Mother will be livid when she sees this stain on my cuff. Why don't you watch what you're doing instead of lecturing me again? How many times has Master Rogbard said, apply the base colours first, then the darker shades? Cabela's shadow hangs over the young Erebus's. Her unblinking gaze carefully studies the unfinishing drawing and grows gloomier still. Failed. That scrap of parchment must be incredible. My apology. I'm to blame. Enough. Cabela's cry brings the Averus family back together. 6 alarmed faces. 6 people standing shoulder to shoulder like a fortress wall, and one lone grim figure opposite them. Enough. I know who Naki Eberis is. And so do I. Naki. No! How could you keep something like that to yourselves? How could you? How could you? Lorna hugs her younger brother and sister, who cast frightful glances at their parents and the sinister woman with the wry smile. Naki Abyss. Naki Abyss is me. So all the time your dreams were showing you not the love but my sister. You lied when you said the Emperor. We did not lie. We never dared, Naki. A few years before Lady Theodora sent our clan survivors to Dargonus, the blood-spun webs, Vizier, come to our bay. He said the Emperor demanded the next firstborn of the Erebus clan, that he needed a new spinner. 6 months later we had twins. You were born first, and with sorrow and pride. Difficult choice, but righteous in doubts. The ritual of releasing the burden. It only hurts. When those who remember her die, she will die. The choice is yours and yours alone. You are the undying one, the spinner. And then she clutches her chest with pain rasp and collapses the floor like a broken doll. Cabelia's lifeless body convulses in death throes. You cannot feel her heartbeat. Her heart isn't beating. I must restart it. Step back. Let the go undisturbed. Naki, the Emperor is merciless. He has not parted us. Naki Erebus is dead. Only Cabelia remains. You have the dexter. Thank you. What is the meaning of this? Death called my name and my mind could not take the will of the undying one. I was weak. I am glad you survived. Naki Erebus is no more. Death's dues are paid, and there is one last thing to be done. I could have had a family and a future full of righteous service. The chance for that was taken from me. The Vizier forged me into a weapon and stained it with blood. Why me? Perhaps you would like to bid your family. My family is waiting for me on the flagship. Oh. Why am I back here? Okay, so let us I guess I gotta go Temple, yeah, the Temple of the Undying. Wait. Lord Captain. Wait. Oh. Do I just have to talk to Cabellia? Where is she?
Take heed, Nemo. Our blessed Domin honors us with a visit. The one who delivered this ark from the curse of your existence. Come, Domin.
Okay, let us continue.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Am I going to fight all these spinners? The Vizier whispers a prayer, his masked face turned towards the Undying One's image. Cabellia, I've been hearing your footsteps for a long time. In his whispers. Domin Pandora, Lady of the Ark, it is good that you are here with her. It is right. The Undying One has blessed the union of light and shadow. You greet us clad in armor. Are you preparing for battle? Today is a special day. I have only donned this armor once before, when I was second spinner. That day I ceased to be second, but I have remembered the weight of this gold on my shoulders and chest through all the years since. You will understand, my daughter. You will understand soon. We have met her family. The Undying One's... yeah, whatever. Your words are dishonest. The ritual of release and burn eased me. It made me hollow. My daughter, you are right. Has been cleared of our affliction. This is true. No longer do I see anguish in her soul, second spinner. I'm ready to receive your support. Oh, yes, the Undying One. Continue. I agree for her and I'm proud of you, Second Spinner. Your faith is beyond doubt. A harrowing sacrament. Sacrament, we have been dragged into another ritual. What do you mean the affliction you nurtured? The Undying One laid the thread and I served. You are cruel, Vizier. It is difficult to cruel to be someone you have loved. I forgive you for your cure. What's this mean? Oh. Oh yes, she's got the blood vials. You snatched her from... Do not call her your daughter. I was her family. You were my family. Coelia will be the new Vizier, her journey to the Undying One and the choices. I haven't yet done all you expected of me, have I? That is correct, my daughter. Can you feel it? The proper way this burden must be passed. We must summon death to these halls and glorify him. Let what must be done. Still, it is unfair. Yes, I am stronger than you, and my high spinners stand with me. Those who swore an oath to protect me. Let us honor him.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Yeah, you go there. Who's first? She is, yeah. You go there. Henrik, you can go here. Pandora. Pandora. You can go here. And then Coelia. You can go here. And then we shall start the battle.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
What the hell?
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Oh, come on.
If I may.
Okay. Where are you? Vizier. Six spinner. What the hell? Why am I doing no damage? Oh, these are like level 4 and 5, damn.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Okay. Let us go here. We'll go confident.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Oh my god. I think maybe I come back. I don't think I can,
Doubt is for the weak. You, my emperor! Onward!
Why did they just get an extra turn? Why is she so good at dodging? Is maybe the better question.
Faith without deeds.
I'm
is
now
worthless.
going to be dead, aren't I?
Weapon at the ready. Integrity failure. Detected.
Every thread ends in death.
Follow my lead.
Need to tough it out.
Moving out.
The Undying One favors you. Accept his gift.
I must not falter.
My heart still beats.
Follow my lead. I'm not injured. I'm enraged. Weather the storm.
Another loss to the retinue.
Follow my lead. Break their morale.
Focus, Van Kellogg's.
Stay vigilant.
Focus.
My faith strengthens me.
Only in death does duty end.
Okay, this is pointless. Warp stride of the Cronus Expanse, may the world. Yeah. Okay. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? So we can't do that yet. We'll come back to that. Tiff's new her vision in order to find the way to the physical palace of the Atlas. Smargodus Mundus. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh crap, I went to the wrong place, didn't I? Something Mundus? Humongous? Mundus Nullius? No. Trinitus? Wait, where's... There's no quest marker. Emperor's Palm. The late Cassius, the follower of visions, human, Smargodus Mundus. Scardonus Mundus. That's Scar. It's not on here. Oh, is it a new winter scale? Oh, there it is. Oh, well, that's not going to be fun, is it? Uh-oh. Entry A2014866610. Chronometer turns since the incident. No, please, not the fingers. With the testosterone called out to lady to continue. Weapon skill. Tries to grab the lady navigator's weapon skill. Snatch the dagger. Continue. Reached for the bright colours. Swarm, Lord Captain. Swarm towards the dark colours. The child is born. Closed her eyes and remained adrift in weightlessness. Descended into the abyss. Disappeared into the strange maroon mist. Continue. Urged the navigator to fight the monster to the bitter end. Cassia took the rogue trader's hand and guided her through the maroon mist and out of the painting. At least I got one. Oh, that's a cool sun. Before you is a burning world. After many hours spent analysing the organ into something unusual. Unfortunately, the trace of human activity. Burning world added to the... Oh, should I brought Yolette? Should I bring Yolette? Nah, we don't need no Xeno. But what we do need is a drink. So as this is Cassia, what's she got? Show helmet? No. Show backpack? Yeah. Color scheme. Okay. BRB. Okay, so time to explore this world. What the hell is that?
Is there money to be made?
It might be a short one tonight. Maybe like 10:30. House Orselio need to not know that it's taking place here. The navigators are frightening enough by its power as it is. The last experiment left 3 from the Setal clan without a shred of reason.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
The Vizier.
Boom.
Am I?
What's this? Plasma ring. A marvelous compact weapon in the form of a ring that allows the wearer to fire a plasma shot once per combat. Grenadiers backpack. The wearer and their allies are immune to damage from the wearer's grenades. Ooh, interesting.
I always keep my options open.
I always keep my options open too.
I do what I must.
What the hell?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Elite marksman give. Ooh. Drakari though. What the hell's Drakari doing here?
Just as he ordained.
The Ardari Sanctuary.
Let us not dawdle.
Barely moved crawled hand on the broken congregator. They were doing some sort of experiment, weren't they? I'm gonna get ambushed.
I find it suspicious that a gene stealer Magus was in charge of this cell. They occupy a high position in the cult power structure, but not the highest, not according to the reports I have received.
I trust your vigilance, Heinrichs. And I hope that you will trust in my righteous fury.
My
if you discover
righteous
any
fury.
More of these abominations.
An abomination. Okay.
Keep your wits about you.
Okay. Oh, there are people here. What the hell? Halt, cursed child! We had an ally ourselves with the Xenos once more to stop you. What the hell? No matter, it is a small price to pay for the liberation of House Orselio from the chains of tyranny. Who's that? Begone, renegades! Who's who? We follow the Atlas's call in your wake, child. Stand with us. House Orselio will not trade Tiffany's legacy for the false ideals of blind fools. What the hell? Oh, this is the Atlas. The price of power. Orselio's renegades. Damn Xenos, this was not the bargain we struck. Throne spite you. What is this? The rogue trader and the traitors to the great house had lured the child. Great, it was right to send us after your vessel. Great region. How did you get here? Rogue traders are not the only ones who know how to find allies. You stopped defiling the reins of the hiding grounds of our ancestors. Why? Why are there Xeon ruins where the palace of the Atlas should be? Why is this place coated in an impenetrable black mist? I'm suffocating. Taint, do you mean the Atlas? Xenos traitor. Why shouldn't I simply kill all of you where you stand? The Harlequin's mask falls. You have the queue yet, monkey? Have patience. The demand. What is this taint you speak of? Oh, it's something to do with this crystal. Like to see a bottom. Examine the horror. Excuse me. How did the navigators taint the experiments? This is where she conducted her experiments. No, it's not possible. To consult with Xenos is to violate the word of the God Emperor. Is that so? Then why is it that every piece of medical fabric in this place bears our... Yeah. Quiet. What experiments did she conduct here? I cannot say. It broke the monolith into many shards, which would far easy... Oh. Oh, that's why... Oh, there's a big chunk of it. And then she's got one on her chest, and that's the Atlas. I never wished to learn. Neither Theodora Valentius was Nortis. Powerless to rectify our ancestors. You only say no. You think it's Lucy, don't you, monkey? Carcier is what do you say about... I cannot change the past. You suggest that the monkey and the Eldari changed the future together? I must admit, my leading lady, I'm confounded by your audacity. Go on. My Atlas places... If you can free the phantoms of my house from the spirit monolith, guide them to enter my Atlas. Their experience and wisdom will help steer House Orcelio onto the path of truth and allow future generations to avoid the... Morar, my leading lady. The shards of the monolith are lodged into chests of every monkey burned to you by ties of blood. How exactly do you intend to return them? I shall use the Atlas to sever my subjects' connections to the spirit monolith. Are you really capable of this? I'm confident. So I second get the chance to resolve their conflicts without... I second. I'm willing to try. Good. No, I won't let you destroy the Atlas. Even if it is the child's wish. Lady Orcelio, you are too young, inexperienced. You simply cannot comprehend. You address the future Novator of House Orcelio, the one who survived the massacre of Uric V, who has lived following an attempt on her life at the Palace of Dargonis, who has restored her health ability in what scant time she has been free, while you, all of you, have spent years destroying it from within. You address one who has passed through the tempest of the Sea of Souls to the true Atlas as a rogue trader's ally. Yet still you call me unworthy, don't you, young, inexperienced? Kneel before me, and I shall forgive you your insolence. Fellowship, House Orcelio was always loyal to Novator Tisfini. Henceforth will be loyal to her successor, even if you see fit to lead us down a different path, my lady. Are you done with your performance, monkey? Then stand aside and do not interrupt. Ah, I can feel it again. The tranquility. The ancestral souls have found peace, and corruption no longer endangers the monolith of this world. Remember our agreement, Cassio Orcelio. We will soon meet in this place again, so that you can give us the shards. And now, be gone from our world, monkey. Flickering dancer. Let's quickly loot. You have played your part. Leave the state. Bolter. Las gun? Let's get 2 just in case.
There.
This was a piece of an altar that the ancient Andara used for some long-forgotten ritual. Storm player.
Easily done.
Easily done. Let's get out of here. And then we go on the ship. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Rogue Trader, Colligator, Nomus, Cassie. Who's Uve? I serve the Imperium and House Orcelio.
How nice of you to grace me with your presence. I was just thinking back to our journey to the Palace of the Atlas. That is, to the world of Xenos. Remembering that most reckless act has enveloped my mind in a whole palette of hues. But when I think of the great risk you took for House Orcelio's and my own sake, an azure shawl instantly descends on my shoulders, and amber sparks flash inside my soul. Please accept my sincerest gratitude.
By Rook. So you're now a full-fledged Noverta of House Orcelio.
You of all people should know that succession is a lengthy and tiresome process. While my entire house is busy preparing for a grand council at which I am to ceremonially inherit the late Tisiphony's title, I have decided to remain by your side, to relish just a little more of this carefree liberty. For as soon as I am summoned to do my duty, we must say our farewells.
Who awaits the Navigator Zero House now?
The Xenos have managed to free the souls of our ancestors from their confinement. The memory and wisdom of those that came before us will serve our house, helping build upon the ruins of the present a firm foundation for generations to come. I believe in that, as I believe in the divine light of the Emperor.
So now the entire power of the Atlas is in the
I
Novertis.
suppose so, if by power you mean priceless knowledge. As for the special powers granted by the Xenos souls, the navigators of House Orcelio will once again have to contend with their own bodily and spiritual limitations. However, I am undaunted by the prospect, for our line and our gene have never been weak. House Orcelio will succeed, and soon we will rise again, draped in white and gold.
Okay.
Of course, I will try to answer any question. Too many colors. I have enjoyed your...
Compiler. The quite. How do I get the messages? Is it from him? Expanse map, high fractum. Or maybe it's him. No, I think. Oh, let's buy plunder. Of course. What do the followers still have to bring? Oh, there we go. Still. Type in ascending order. Where would the holy be? Jewelry, maybe. When the years press the advantage. Oh God, why does it do that? Coercion. It must be obvious what's. Oh, none of this is holy. Yeah. Jewelry. Jewelry 25%. God. Did I want this one or? Yeah. Mechanicus. How close am I? Force field emitter. After using run a gun where cover. It's quite so far away. Why do I need a party?
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Could it be a message for Victor? Or it was more likely intended. When was the signal sent? What does the message say? I'll get to the bottom. Odathnithus 11. To another compartment. Okay, what are we doing? We are going to that new planet to do a chapter 1 quest. Because, of course, we can't finish chapter 4 tonight. What's the time? 9:30. Did I say 10:30? Oh, yeah. Well, let's say 10. Odysseus, where is that? Oh, we're all the way on the other end. Okay, let's make this at least unsafe. Oh, navigate to insight. Oh, thank God. Keep going. Where are we going? Up here. The scouting team sent to the colony would return with a decrepit, shaggy, foul-smelling vagrant in tow. The old man hastened towards the enforcers as soon as he saw the dynasty colours and implored them to take him to Master Voiktova or Lady Theodora. During his interrogation, the old man says he is a loyal servant of House von Valencius. 4 decades ago, he was sent on an important mission to this system by Master of Whispers Voiktova, and took him 20 years to complete the mission. He spent the next 20 waiting for his masters to collect him. The vagrant was an ambitious young spy when he left the ship, and coming aboard again has made him very emotional. The investigation has found no wrongdoing by the old man that can be held accountable for. His body bears no signs of worshipping the archenemy. He has confessed no crimes, and seems quite shocked at the news of Lady Theodora's death and Voiktovir's treachery. Establish the nature of his mission. Reagan only negotiated with the Rogue Trader herself, hired by the Cold Trade on Caligula's orders. But now some honourable duty to do. Soul Mold Man. Oh, nice. Time to hold a war council. Let's just check Argenta's. Okay, it is part of Siege, so we're good. Let's go to Emperor's Palm. Was that where I started today? Where is it? Oh, God. Emperor's Palm. So this way? Oh, God. It's too late. What? Wait, I've been here before. Why did I have to walk? That's so strange. Yeah, with that, till next time.